Good evening, my dear kids. Once again, welcome back to the new session of our new chapter, acids, bases, and salts. Okay, some basics about this chapter we already discussed. Okay, and I came to understand that. Okay, sorry, this is Mithun Raj from this part of the world, from Cochin, Kerala. Okay, I hope all of you are fine. Hmm? Staying healthy at home, isn't it? Okay, fine. Anyway, we are hoping the normal classes will start. So, what is the main problem of this chapter? Actually, the questions coming from this chapter won't be that much difficult. Okay, the real problem is most of these things in this chapter we must do it in lab. Understand, daily basics things we are using at home, with that we can do. For example, like the salt we are using for cooking and all, some oil, some acids also we are using at home, like lemon, orange, vinegar, tamarind. Same like bases also is there, salts like washing soda, washing powder, baking soda or baking powder. Okay, even common detergents, soaps and all. So, what is the confusion regarding this chapter? These acids, bases, they are equal and opposite. Okay, they react with each other to form salt. But even though this salt, we are saying it, naming it as salt, but in reality, their nature is either acidic or basic. Understand? Because neutralization and all we didn't study it. After the end of the chapter, you will be able to find out easily what all things are acid or acidic in nature and what all things are basic in nature. Okay, that is the main meaning of this chapter. Not only for getting marks, but after studying this chapter, you must be able to know. Okay, you must know able to know the all the matter around us. What are they? They are acidic in nature or basic in nature. Okay, so a lots of example also is there in this textbook. Okay, extra example also I will give, so that it will be easy for you to understand all these things. And actually, basically, this chapter is very easy. Okay, regarding physics chapters, it is very easy. I don't know how some children have some confusion regarding this chapter. Anyway, we will just do acid bases and all. You already we discussed about that. We are discussing about what olfactory indicators. Okay, olfactory indicators means they are also indicators, but they doesn't change any color. Okay, what is their property? If they react with acid or base, their characteristic smell will go. Characteristic smell means you know the basic smell of onions. Anyway, onion is there in your home. This clove also is there in your home. It highly, what you say, olfactory means something related to smell. If we smell it, we can feel that smell, isn't it? Have you smelled the raw onion? It has a particular smell. So why they are called as indicators? If we are using these olfactory indicators, when it came to touch with acid or base, that smell will go. Okay, for example, in the case of onion, if onion touches base or basic solution, that characteristic smell, that basic smell of onion will disappear or vanish. So that we can say it is acid or base. And if we are using acid, there won't be any difference in that smell. Okay, that's why they are known as olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators is 1 mark question. Sometimes questions will come. Write some examples for olfactory indicators. This also is important. Okay, this indicator also. Natural indicators and chemical indicators are also there. These are the main indicators we are using. Example for indicators is a very important question. 1 mark mostly comes. Otherwise, 2 marks difference between olfactory indicators and natural indicators, like that. Okay? Basically, 1 mark questions are asking from this part. So you must know these name. Methyl orange changes orange. Color is orange. When acid and bases are mixed together, we can see the color difference. Phenolphthalein. Actually, this solution is white in color, but if we add it to solution of base or a solution, it will change into pink color. That we will discuss later. Okay, that's a important part. We will discuss that later in this chapter. Let us start with olfactory indicators. What is the principle behind the olfactory indicator? Just what I told now. See, olfactory indicators works on the principle that when an acid or base is added, its characteristic smell. This is the important point here. Characteristic smell means that original smell of that indicator. Vanilla has a particular smell, clove has a particular smell, turmeric has a particular smell, onion has a particular smell. And if we add base or acid into that olfactory indicators, for example onion, what will happen? That smell will go. So that we can understand that it is acidic or no, it is basic in nature. Okay, that is the principle behind olfactory indicator. Okay, so let us continue. This is another simple experiment. Okay, simple experiment. You have provided with a piece of cloth. You have sodium hydroxide solution. Absolutely, sodium hydroxide is a very good base. Okay, basic in nature. And some acid, hydrogen chloride solution. This is just concentrated, no? Okay, this is dilute hydrochloric acid. And what you have a piece of onion. If we just rub the onion into that cloth and if you smell it, you can feel that characteristic smell of onion. You can do that in your home itself. In the case of this NaOH solution, you can take some, you can take a baking powder solution or washing powder solution also. Soap also will work. In the case of acid, you can take some vinegar or you can take some lemon also, lemon solution or lemon juice. All are acids, okay. So what is happening here? Acid solution does not destroy the smell of onion because it won't react with onion. But in the case of basic solution like sodium hydroxide or simply baking powder or washing soda, what will happen? That smell will go. Okay, that smell will go from that cloth. That's a simple experiment regarding that. Question application level, sometimes they will ask questions like this. Okay, it is given in textbook also and notes also. I will give the same question. Okay? Just read it, you will understand. It is nothing. There is no rocket science behind this question. Okay, it's an application level question of olfactory indicators. When it reacts with acid, what will happen? When it reacts with base, what will happen? And this is an important experiment. Okay, what is this? It's just a test tube is there. Inside we are putting some dilute acid. Any acid we can use: sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, tartaric acid, citric acid, whatever acid you have, just you can use that, no problem. It's an important. It's just what will happen if we add metal to acid? That is the question. If we add metal to acid, what reaction will take place? Dilute solution means already the water is there. See, this we are using 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid in a test tube and add few pieces of zinc granules. What do you mean by granules? Granules mean small pieces of zinc. In lab we will get, okay, small metal pieces of zinc. What will happen? This zinc will react with that acid and it releases what? It releases what? Acid always releases H plus ions. That means it will get reacted here and through this tube what will come out? Hydrogen gas. Understand? Hydrogen gas will come out. Okay. How we can say that it is hydrogen? Actually, why you are using soap solution? So that bubbles will come out. Okay. Simple water bubble won't go upside. It will break. Easily it will break. That's why soap solution, have you seen soap bubbles? While you are bathing, while you are washing your clothes and all, we can see lots of bubble. If you just blow that bubbles, what will happen? That bubble will fly. Easily it will fly. And inside that bubble, air is there, isn't it? But in this case, which air will be there? It will be hydrogen gas. And just by burning that, we can see that it is hydrogen. A small bulb will come. A small, like boom like sound. Actually, it is dangerous. Better not to do yourself. Okay, you want to do it in accordance with the help of a teacher. Simple experiment. Metal plus acid gives hydrogen gas. H plus ions is released. Same thing, if you use hydrochloric acid also same thing will happen. HNO3 also same thing will happen. Acetic acid also same thing will happen. What all acid we are using, the same observation we can see. Okay, hydrogen gas will evolve. See, this is important. Okay, one more question. Again, one more question. Reaction of metal with acid. Acid plus metal gives salt. Here, which salt will form? Zinc is reacting with which one? Sulfuric acid. Zinc sulfate will form. SO4 twice. Isn't it? Zinc sulfate. It's a salt of zinc and hydrogen gas is formed. Understand? So this equation just remember in mind. Acid plus metal gives what? Salt plus hydrogen gas. Okay? Acid plus metal gives salt plus hydrogen gas. This thing you must study that. This is important. One more question, very important question. Because acid always releases hydrogen ions. Hydrogen ions means what? If only hydrogen is there means hydrogen gas. In some cases, water is formed. There also hydrogen is there, isn't it? Okay, we can continue. These are some of the equations. Okay. Some examples for acid reacts with metals and metal carbonates. Metal carbonate means like this. Sodium is a metal. This is the carbonate form. Hydrogen carbonate also, as I said, NiOH, something like that. That's some equations already in textbook is there. I will give all the equations. I will give you as note. Okay. Balancing anyway you already studied. In this case, if you are writing the example, if the equation is not balanced, also no problem. But if you are very good in balancing the equation, you can balance it. I think this equation it is balanced. Zinc 2, zinc 1, chlorine 2, 2, hydrogen 2. It is balanced. Let's see this one. Is it balanced? Sodium 2, carbon 1, only 1, oxygen 3, oxygen 1 plus 3, 3, hydrogen 2. Hydrogen how many? Hydrogen 2, chlorine 1, chlorine 1. No, chlorine 2. Oh, here also chlorine 2, sorry. That is also balanced. If you are writing examples like this, even though if this balancing is not there, you will get the mark. Okay, but sometimes questions will ask like this. See, acid react with metal to produce salt of hydrogen gas. Question will be like this. If you are adding zinc granules into solution of hydrochloric acid, okay, dilute hydrochloric acid, what we will get? Write the equation and balance the equation. 2 mark question, sometimes 3 mark question will come. So balancing is a good thing. If you know, just balance the equation, you will get full marks. Otherwise also you will get full marks. Just answer the question. Okay. Acid react with metal to produce salt and hydrogen gas. But in the case of hydrogen carbonates, what we will get? We will get carbon dioxide gas. Okay, salt, carbon dioxide and water. Here zinc reacts with hydrochloric acid to form zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas. But in the case of metal carbonates, Na2CO3, sodium carbonate, when it reacts with dilute solution of hydrochloric acid or whatever acid, okay, H2SO4, HNO3, all the acid, what it will give? It will give salt, sodium chloride, the common salt we are using in daily life. See how salt is formed. Understand? How we can make common salt. But this is only in lab we are doing these things. Actually, real common salt we are getting by what? By crystallization or evaporating the seawater. That's why large scale production is like that. Okay, in chemical form we can make it by adding sodium carbonate into any acid. We will get in any acid, no, sodium carbonate into hydrochloric acid, then only we will get sodium chloride as a byproduct. Water will be there and carbon dioxide gas is evolved. See, H2, hydrogen. Released hydrogen or not? Yes, that's it. Every reaction regarding acid, it will releases hydrogen. Okay. Here in the form of water, here in the form of gas. Next. Reactions of metal with acid. Like this, lots of equations are there. Okay, lots of examples are there. Anyhow you want to study all those things. Okay, there is no any easy way for that. You must by heart that. Okay, there is no any other easy way. You must by heart. And if you are a master in balancing, it will be very easy for you to frame these equations. Okay. HCl plus NaOH will give what? Sodium chloride plus, see, H2O. This is hydrogen form. Here we are studying about carbonate. Okay, see, this is carbonate. Na2CO3 is the carbonate of sodium. NaOH is the hydrocarbonate of, not carbonate, hydrogen form of sodium. Sodium hydroxide, we will say it as sodium hydroxide. HCl means acid, hydrochloric acid. What will happen? See, NaCl, again sodium chloride and water is formed. H2 gas released or not? Gas not, it is in the liquid form, last water. Okay, what is this? Na2CO3, sodium carbonate again. Next what we have? HCl gives NaCl. This also already we discussed, isn't it? Yes, already we discussed this same equation. This is an equation, not equation, this is a question from your textbook. Take two test tubes A and B, take about 0.5 gram of sodium carbonate. Okay, see, the carbonate of metal reacts with hydrogen chloride or hydrochloric acid to form sodium chloride salt, water, and release carbon dioxide gas. Okay, acid neutralization takes place. This is neutralization which we didn't study, we will discuss later. Okay, neutralization we will discuss later. Let's see what is next. Oh, how to know that it is carbon dioxide gas? Okay. This thing you studied in first chapter of chemistry. If we pass carbon dioxide gas to lime water, what will happen? The precipitate will turn white or milky. Isn't it? Alright or not? So, that we can understand that the gas evolved is carbon dioxide. This is a bit more applicable level question. It is for 10th, I think. Yes, of course. So this question is what? If we add sodium carbonate with hydrochloric, the dilute hydrochloric acid, what all byproducts we are getting? Okay, we are getting sodium chloride salt. We can easily know that it is salt. Isn't it? Just taste it, we know salty. It will become salty. That's why we know it is sodium chloride. Next, H2O means water is also, you can very easily identify water. By seeing water, you can understand it is water, isn't it? But in the case of carbon dioxide, it's a gas. You cannot say it is carbon dioxide gas. How we can make it sure? Just pass it through this lime water. So it will turn milky and we can say that it is carbon dioxide. That is the another equation. This is also another equation regarding equations. Lots of equations are that. Metal carbonates. This is metal carbonate. CaCO3, H2O plus CO2. All these also. This is the reaction which happened with carbon dioxide, changing that precipitate into white. This also we studied in the past chapters. This equation is the main thing. How metal reacts with carbonates. Metal carbonates react with acid. Okay, metal carbonates plus hydrogen carbonates plus acid will give what? Salt, carbon dioxide and water. That also we studied, isn't it? Metal carbonates react with acid to form salt, carbon dioxide and water. Okay, that's it. These are next is about indicators that we will discuss in the next class. This was also a small session. Okay. Try to read that textbook first, okay? And before watching this video, better watching the video first. After that, you can read the textbook. Okay, textbook is very important regarding chemistry and biology. Physics, there is a lot of application level questions are there from outside. But for biology, particularly biology, textbook is a good source of study material. Okay, just read the matter in the textbook regarding this area. And some equations, it's just write it in a rough paper and just practice it 5 or 6 times. Anyway, you must study all those equations in this chapter. It will come, 100% it will come for exam. Okay. So, that's it, my dear kids. I hope it was an interesting class. Next, we will study about what is that we will see in next class. Okay, about indicators. How indicators will work. Phenolphthalein, very important, okay? Very important. Okay, that's it. That's it for today. Winding up this class. Stay at home, stay safe. And if you are entering, if you are going outside your home, wear mask and keep good hygiene. Okay, keep good hygiene. That is the main weapon against this pandemic called as corona. Okay, my dear kids, bye and Jai Hind.